In this lecture, we are going to focus upon literary feminism, especially with reference to diversity of feminist thoughts. Mean that what are the types of feminism, or types of literary feminism. The very first type is that's called liberal feminism. And the name implies it means that there is going to be something liberal, something about free thinking, something about free living, and something about a style which is not controlled by someone else, where there is freedom of choice, freedom of thought, freedom of doing, and all must have equal opportunities and rights. This is liberal feminism, that all men and women, they must be treated equally, they must have equal opportunities and equal rights, equal social rights, equal political rights, and equal familial rights. All rights, they must be equal for them. It means that there must not be anything distinction, there must not be any discrimination with reference to rights between men and women. I mean, they must have equal opportunities, they must have equal experiences, they must be given equal privilege, they must be given equal preference, they must be allowed to give their voice, their thinkings. Then stresses upon traditional understanding, and a just society allows an individual to exercise their freedom. Now this is liberal feminism. Liberal feminism means that there must be liberty, and there must be freedom of choice, freedom of thought, freedom of expressions, and there must be traditional understanding. Traditional understanding means that we must think that what was actually, why a woman was actually made for, what does she want actually, what is she actually. And then is just society. According to liberal feminism, a just society is that society which allows individuals to exercise their freedom. Here we are dealing with feminism, so it allows women to do their individual exercises, do their works individually. They must have freedom of choice. So this is called liberal feminism, and this is a very beautiful concept, because there is a thinking about equal opportunities, equal rights, equal privileges, and there must be talking about their individual exercises. There must be freedom of choice, freedom of expression, and then freedom of action must also be there. Then the next type is called Marxist feminism. Now, whereas Marxism is concerned, it is a theory about money, theory about economics, and it is usually a critique of capitalism. Capitalism is a theory of economics in which it is a rule that grab money by hook or by crook. And in capitalism and Marxist feminism, and this feminism is of the view that capitalism is the cause of women's oppression, because in most of the cases a capitalistic society is a male dominating society, that is a patriarchal society, so women is being oppressed, the tyranny of which women is a victim of, and all those problems which a woman is facing. Marxist feminism says that this all is due to capitalism, and it must be replaced with social system or socialist system. Now, whereas Marxism is concerned, there is also Marxism. It's called Marxism because of Karl Marx. Then it's called communism, and it's also called socialism. So when it is called communism means that there must be a sudden revolution. There must sudden change. There must be sudden replacement of this thing which is called capitalism. There must be no more capitalism. All at once there must come a change. And whereas this socialist system or socialism is concerned, they say that we must introduce certain things in a society with reference to communism or Marxism, and like reforms must be introduced, different changes must be brought into a system which are helpful in understanding that system and helpful in the flourishing process of that system. So and then with the passage of time, a time will come and a revolution will come, and that is called socialist system. It means that the Marxist feminism say that through proper process, through proper understanding, it must be replaced with socialist system. It means that then women must be having equal opportunities with men, and they must have money as much as men are having. There must be equality of money. Then there is radical feminism, believes in eliminating the concept of gender totally. No, this is some radical feminism is some type of perhaps it is not understandable because it is not so practical in nature, that it believes in eliminating the concept of gender totally and focuses on the subordination of a woman as its primary concern. This is about radical feminism. Then we come to the social feminism. Social feminism means that's reference also to society. Women are considered by the social relations they inhabit. Women are constituted because when a society is a combination of men and women, and what is a man? A man is, society defines what is a man. See, in the same way, a society defines what is a man. This is the construct of a society, because there are certain attributes, certain characteristics which are attributed to women, and then they say that these are the characteristics of a woman. A woman must have these and these values, then she is a woman, and a man must have these and these values, then that man is a man. So these definitions are constructed in a society. So women are constituted by the social relations they inhabit. This is their representation or their identity. Then recognizes all the important differences among human beings, among class, sex, but also age, race, ethnicity, and nationality. I mean, the social feminism is also going to concentrate upon differences with reference to class, sex, but also with reference to age. There is race, there is ethnicity, and there is nationality, and then there is the next one is psychoanalytic feminism. This is, it means here we are going to discuss it with the lens of psyche, and here it's male based. Now again it's patriarchy society. Male based means male is dominating, and woman as an object. Woman as an object means that subject and object. Subject means that the action, the man who is doing an action. It means that a woman is not going to have any place. A woman is not going to have any identity. A woman is not going to have space in any society. And then space belongs to whom? Space belongs to man, and woman is just an object. Because a thing which is used an object, that is useless, that is of no worth. When woman is used as an object, it means that she is bound to do only those things which man wants her to do. Then there is existential feminism. So existentialism means that what are the meanings of life? And the most important question with reference to existentialism is who I am. And so existentialism feminism means that what is a woman, what is feminism, what she is supposed to do. And with reference to existentialism, she must have freedom of choice also. She must be free to choose for herself, a career for herself, a life for herself, meanings of life for herself. So, but again here it is male dominating and woman as the other, whereas the concept of other is concerned when we try saying that the other things, the other person, for example, when we say that man is powerful, man is good, man has rights, man has privileges, man is superior in each and every aspect, it means that all those things which are negative, like to be inferior, like to be bad, like to be ill-mannered, so all these things are related with women. And it means that women are constructed as other means that man is something different, woman is different. This is called discrimination. Then make herself what she wants to be, because in existentialism there is always a freedom of choice, and there must be a choice. If there is no choice, we cannot give meanings to life. So when there is a freedom of choice, she must be allowed to make herself what she wants to do, what she wants to be, what she wants to do. So this will tell us that what is the purpose of her life. Then ecofeminism. Now, feminism means a political discourse about the rights of women, and eco means ecology. Ecology means each and everything in this universe is ecology. Environment is ecology. Nature is ecology. Outer world is ecology. And ecology man-made. If it is man-made, then it is ecology. If it is not man-made, then it is also ecology. All these trees, oceans, seas, mountains, valleys, this earth, this sky, these stars, this moon, these birds, water, each and everything is environment, and each and everything is ecology. So when everything is ecology, it means that men and women, they are also part of ecology. Women, part of ecology. Then non-human animals are also part of ecology, and not only animals, everything besides animals and women. Everything is also a part of ecology, and that's called environment. And ecofeminism says that it is dominated by men. It means that it must be eliminated. There must not be domination of man, but these things are dominated by men. So this ecofeminism is a vice against this thing. Then this is Islamic feminism. Islamic feminism, it's perhaps changing the way of thinking of people. It gives some new dimension to the rights of women. It gives new dimension towards the thinkings of women. And before this, women were not treated in perhaps in a better manner. So whereas Islamic feminism is concerned, it deals it discusses rights of women with reference to Islam. It advocates rights of women, that what are the rights of women, the rights which are mentioned in Islam, they must be provided to women. And then there is gender equality. There is no difference. Men and women, they are equal. They are both human beings. And social justice for a just society. Because when there are rights of women, women are given their rights properly, their due rights are rights equal to men, then there is no gender equality. It means that there is no discrimination among them. Both are human beings and they are treated equally. Then there is social justice. Social justice means that there is political justice, there is religious justice, there is economical justice, there is going to be ethical justice. Good rules are same for all, bad rules are all same for all. It means that in society each and every person is going, whether male or female, they are given the same status. So the result will be a just society. Then there is post-colonial feminism. So post-colonial means that when colonialism came to an end, then that era is called post-colonial. So there was a representation of women in those writings. So what type of representation? First it can be that women were perhaps doubly colonized. This is discussed with reference to post-colonialism, that they were doubly colonized. Doubly colonized means that when the countries which were colonized, men were colonized, their women were also colonized. So this was the first type of colonization for women, and this was also the first time of a type of colonization for men. But women were at that time colonized by the foreigners, by the white people, but when they left that place, women were colonized by their husbands. So this means that they are doubly colonized. So when they are doubly colonized, it means that their role is also different from other women. So this is also part of. Then there is, if we go to black feminism, when we talk about black feminism, so black feminism is also a part of Western feminism. When we talk about all women, their rights, their tension, their disturbances, their frustrations, their disobedience of their rules, there are disturbances for them. They are not given equal rights, they are not given privileges, their experiences are not given any value. It means they are disturbed, they are thought to be inferior, they are thought to be weak, they are thought to be mentally weak, and they are thought to be emotional entities. So when all these things are discussed, and there used to exist an discrimination between men and women. Man is superior, women are not superior. So this is all about Western type of, this is called Western feminism. And black feminism is also a part of Western feminism, and all these parts, which are liberal feminism, Marxist feminism, radical, social, and then there is psychoanalytic, existential, ecofeminism, Islamic, and all these women, they talk about the rights of women. They are of the view that women must be given their rights, their due rights. They must be given equal opportunity. So when talk about by keeping in mind all these things, so that is called black feminism, and this is also especially with black women, rather overall women of the world, whether they are black, they are brown, or they are white. But whereas this concept of womanism is concerned, so when we talk about black feminism, it means that black feminism is also a part of literary feminism, and all other types of feminisms, they are also with black feminism, because black feminism is a part of that. But when we talk about womanism, so womanism is a thing which is not related with, it is a thing which is not this concept. We cannot apply this concept on white women who are living in white countries, people where their faces are white. and even it is not about these brown people, then what is it? It is only about black women. How feminism means that talking about only the household problems faced by black women. When we discuss, or usually critics discuss, only the household problems faced by black women at their houses, with reference to their husbands, with reference to their families, if they are tortured by their families, if they are disturbed by their families, if they are beaten by their families, and if they are troubled by their families. So when we discuss them with reference to their families, their family systems, and only family system of black women. So this study is called womanism. And when we broaden its canvas, it means that becomes black feminism, and black feminism is again a part of a literary feminism. So all these are different types of feminism, and with the passage of time, these concepts change. But the overall process is, whereas overall process is concerned, actually the purpose of feminism is that there must be given equal opportunities to both men and women. They must be dealt in equal manner. There must be equal distribution of wealth. There must be equal distribution of all assets of life. They must be given property rights. They must be allowed to go for marriages as they demand, and then they must also be given, it doesn't mean that they must be given totally freedom, that whatever they want they must do, because whereas this process of due rights or equal rights is concerned, men are different from women. They are biologically different. They are physiologically different. When they are different, it means that their functions are different. Their mental levels are different. So there are certain functions, there are certain works, and there are certain things which are supposed to be done by women in a society. And still there are other things which are supposed to be done by men in a society. When there are two different types of things, they are to perform functions, different type of functions, it means that when they are joined together, they will perform equally, they will do their duties equally, and they will care for the rights of each other. The result will be that there will come out a beautiful society, because feminism is not something that and if somebody asks us that what feminism is not, so feminism is not elimination of men. No, feminism is not to disturb men. Feminism is not to disharm men. Feminism is not to disrespect men. Feminism is not to say something against men or to destroy them. No, it means that in a male-dominating society, or a society where males are present and female also are there, it means that they must live in a beautiful manner. They must take care of each other's rights. They must give privileges to one another. They must live happily. They must enhance the values of society. They must contribute in the values of the society. When they are contributing in the values of their families, at the same time they contribute in the family values of society. And then the process of this will be, and of this, where the outcome of this feminism is concerned, that now women have become aware of their rights, their privileges, their experiences, and they are also aware of this, that now their voices are being listened. And when their voices are being listened, it means that now they are given space in this society. Now, whereas space is concerned, space is of two types. One is physical space and other is social space. So women, wherever they are living in this world, whether they are black, they are white, they are brown, or whoever they are, they have physical space because they are living somewhere. And whereas social space is concerned, social space means that what is political identity of a person, what is social identity of a person, what is cultural identity of a person, what is religious identity of a person, what is economical identity of a person, and what is moral identity of a person. So this is called moral space, social space. So feminism means that they are having physical space, but they must also have this type of thing which is called social space. If they have social space, it means that they are given their rights, and then they will start flourishing in this society, and society will also start flourishing, and the result will be a beautiful society where there is no oppression, no tyranny, and where there is only fraternity, equality, and justice.